What's up, fam? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Now, Kimora Lee Simmons and her daughters, Ming and Aiko, I believe her name is, or Aoki, one of those two. I apologize for butchering your name. They were on social media today, and they were exposing Russell Simmons. This all stemmed from Russell going out there and putting a cryptic message up about pretty much trying to insinuate that the reason why he hasn't spoken to his kids is because of Kimora Lee Simmons. Then the first daughter came on and she let him have it. She was telling him about how he hasn't spoken to her in over a year. And I just want you to listen to the pain and the crying, the voice of her saying that he is pretty much blackballing her from the industry because she doesn't agree with what he says when it comes to her mom. Take a listen to this.
He'll cut off your healthcare. He'll cut off your phone bill out of nowhere. Like, you'll be a minor just because you disagree. Or you say, don't call my mom all these names. And I don't like to have drama. I want to be a peaceful person. There's so much that I want to do in the world on my own, as my own self, but I cannot just let you taunt me about my mother. And if he says one thing and disagrees with me, I will post it all because he does it. I have videos of him saying awful things that no one should have to hear about anyone they know, much less their mother. He has called me names. He has called us all house of bitches, all you fucking cunts. He has called us terrible things. All because I wouldn't take his side in a lawsuit. My mom didn't ask me to take her side. She said, you go to school and you do your thing, and, mommy thinks some things, but, it's I have a phone. No one stops me from talking to him. I'm 20. I just don't always feel like talking to him. And over, he posts stuff and does stuff, and we all say, please stop. I don't want drama. I love my family. I'm sure we'll all work it out. It's gonna be okay. And I don't post anything because I want to have a peaceful family. But this is abusive at this point. And I really feel like my career is over, and it's fine. It's just... And he threatened me with that too, so... Maybe my career is over. You know what? I used to work at a refugee camp. I'll do that again. I'll be a doctor. I don't give a fuck. And I can never get a job in entertainment again. But you cannot just abuse your kids behind closed doors and not take accountability. Maybe I'll regret this when I'm older and I wanted to be a model and now I can't be. I don't know, but you don't get to do this. You don't get to do this. I'm sorry, and something tells me deep down that I'm gonna, I'm not gonna regret this. You don't do that. It's wrong. And literally, I have not been able to say anything because...
And that's Russell Simmons' daughter. And if you can listen to it, she could barely talk because she was in tears. She's in tears for a reason. She's not making this up. She's not making this up. Russell Simmons, there's been a lot of talk about you. Everybody want to always talk about Jay-Z and Diddy. This is the dude. This is the R. Kelly. This is the surviving Russell Simmons. There's already a documentary out about him. But people want to continue to come after Diddy and Jay-Z. There ain't no docs out about them. There's a doc out about this dude, about women coming forward, black women coming forward when they were young. They said this dude is not too far for R. Kelly, allegedly. For him to be abusing his children like that, not sexually abusing them, but emotionally abusing his kids. Because they're siding with the mother, because they don't agree with the way he treats and talks to her mother. Kimora Lee Simmons heard her daughters and see how much pain she was in. And Russell Simmons has pretty much been painting the narrative about Kimora ever since they split up. Because Kimora went off and she was you seen her with the guys, and then you never really seen Russell. I think he went and got another girlfriend, but you never really seen him with too many women. Like I was spotted, he was always behind closed doors. And there's been allegations for years about him also being bisexual. But I never see people coming for Russell Simmons. They always would come for Diddy. When Russell Simmons is the one that behind the scenes everyone's been talking about for years. Kimora Lee Simmons, she spoke on him and she just said he's sick. He needs help. His daughters also say he needs help. They never really came out and said what they need help for. But she did say, I'm not the one who has to leave the country and have
very transparent in the fact that
you are.
In the sense that,
take a listen to some of what she said.
People know me. You guys know me. Some of you have never met me. You've grown up with me. You've seen my shows. You've seen my work. You wear my clothes. Others of you know me very well. You know me personally. You know my kids. You know my exes. You know the dads. A lot of people here know both of us, and they know he's wrong. All the friends have said, this is wrong. This is crazy. We don't understand it. But they still support him. I feel like it's one of those things where he's just like a bigger than life kind of, powerhouse. And so he just kind of turns and manipulates the press and people and to believe, anything like gaslighting, like that didn't happen. I didn't do that to you. I didn't do those things to you. I didn't, you're imagining things. How many countless women have said this, have been told this, I should say, or would say this to you? Myself and my two girls who are adults included, You guys didn't just start to see my kids. We didn't just go through a divorce. We went through this divorce, 20 years ago. 20 some odd years ago. So this is not a situation, again, you can get receipts, you can go see where they say like, oh, kids been brainwashed, but we've been fine up until these past several years. So, what happened? All of a sudden now the kids are brainwashed. All of a sudden now these young women who are grown women are babies. They have their own relationship with you. You have your own not existent relationship with them. I'm just asking that you please leave us alone. I've tried to go to lawyers and get help. I've tried to show all the crazy texts I've had to block. Like, you do crazy shit like send flowers to yourself and take a picture and post it on the gram and tell everybody I sent you flowers. Again, I have receipts of all of this. I have receipts from your office saying that you sent flowers to yourself without my permission. I have all of this. You guys have never seen it because it just doesn't warrant, it doesn't rise to that occasion. I mind my own business. But please don't attack my children. They've been through so much. Don't attack my family, which is supposed to be your family too. Don't do that because you're at rock bottom. I don't know. Hypothetically, you're at rock bottom. You've hit the bottom. I don't know. You're grasping at straws. I don't know if this is a money grab. I don't really know what this is. I think it's probably all of the above. I have to say I think and allegedly and all these things just so I can be, right in saying like my feelings and how I feel, what I think. But I met this person when I was in high school in St. Louis, Missouri. I was modeling. I was 16 years old. Like, I've known you and everybody knows. Again, that's documented. You can see. I believe I was maybe a sophomore. I know it was before junior prom and senior prom because I went to both of those proms alone with my friends when I was dating them. So it was definitely long before junior and senior prom. I think it was around sophomore year of high school. And again, everybody knows this in my life. They know I was walking around, they see me. The point of it is I've known you a long time and I've seen lots of stuff and I just choose to not go there. Lots of things that I could say over the time. I'm typically the one that he and others would call to have their back, right? I'm the one that they would call to solidify everything, to validate everything. If you always look, whenever they get into trouble, they always want to hop up on the live and do a half screen with me. Again, this was years ago because we don't speak now. But, I'm always the one that kind of puts out the fire. I'm also the one that always runs to the defense of all my friends.
So if you see any other women, certainly women that I've come up with, certainly women that are mothers of my other of my kids that I love, I come to their defense. So if they're down and out or something's wrong, yeah, you're always going to see Kimora, big mouth me, running up to the gate, running up to help. And you know why? It's because I feel like I'm the one that can't be bowled over. Some of these other people can be bowled over. A lot of my women, friends and other moms, they've gone through things. I've lost friends of mine. People have passed on. I've been through a lot. And I've seen where women a lot of times just don't get their just due. They don't get support. They don't have anything to show for their life and their contributions because they depended on a man. I am not that. I'm one of the few. I'm one of the few. And there's a handful.
Russell Simmons started dating Kimora Lee Simmons when she was 16 years old. She was a sophomore. She said a sophomore in high school. That's second year. So she was probably 15 years old. 16, you're a junior. She's probably 15 years old, 15 going on 16. And he started dating her from there and was putting her in modeling. So she was modeling. I'm sure he was putting her in modeling shows, using his connections to get her because she wanted to be a model. So I'm sure that the stuff that he was doing, he probably used his connections to get her in these circles and getting these modeling gigs. So now she's been protecting him for many, many years. And she said some very interesting things. I'm going to get into that in another video. But Russell Simmons, she said that Russell Simmons is hit rock bottom. She said she don't know where, allegedly she said, I want to be safe. Those allegations are starting to take effect, or they may have already taken effect. Remember, he had to sell Def Jam and stuff like that, so he probably saw the walls coming down. And he said, let me hot-tail it up out of here. But we're going to go over another video, some interesting things that Kimora Lee Simmons said. So we'll catch you on the next one.